Hello, hello. So, I want to talk about why I wasn't satisfied being a domestic airline cabin crew when it was the time na nagtatrabaho ako as a local flight attendant. And why did I pursue being an international flight attendant? Well, don't know my background. I'm Ruth. I created MissKChris.com. It's basically a diary entry ng mga failures ko sa pag-a-apply as a flight attendant. And when I finally got the job as a flight attendant, I started in the domestic airline, Airfield Express, and then later on we were acquired by PAL, and then we were now known as PAL Express. But even though I was already a flight attendant, I still apply for international hirings like Qatar Airways, Emirates, until ultimately I was hired in Oman Air as me as sa Pala Express. Naabutan ko pa yung change uniform. Nakita ko lang yung mga yung mga lisensya ko. So, nakakatuwa lang mag-look back kasi more than 10 years ago na ito. And then finally, I was hired in Oman Air. So, there's my resident card in the Sultanate of Oman. I still have it. Nakakatuwa. Yung ID ko, nag-fade siya. Nakaka-sad. Nag-fade yung face ko. Kasi nakalagay ito sa plastic. So, ayun. And then, ito yung aking license as a flight attendant. Kasi even though it was a glamorous job, hindi siya madali It's a labor job. So, ngayon, 10 years after, meron na akong mga sakit-sakit sa katawan, sa back issues. Pero, yung salary mo as a local flight attendant, it's the same as parang almost minimum. It's not enough to live the life na, alam mo yon, yung lifestyle na probably yung pangarap mo talaga. You can have discount sa mga flights, international flights, but not all. Especially yung sa akin na domestic airline. Wala talaga kaming free international flights. Free local flights meron. And kung gusto mo bakasyon, syempre, magagastos ka pa sa hotel, magagastos ka pa sa bakasyon nyo doon, di ba? So, kung gusto mo talaga, ikaw talaga yung taong gustong makapag-travel around the world, sa local airline, hindi mo siya maa-achieve, sa totoo lang. But no shade to my previous company, they were so nice to me and I learned so much from them. Pero yun nga, reality check, hindi enough yung kikitain mo. Kasi kahit na supervisor ka na doon, I don't think it's enough to live like a king, di ba? Compared mo sa starting salary as an OFW cabin crew. So, sa Oman Air, first salary ko pala kahit hindi pa ako lumilipad, nung time na yun is 55K. So, dun pa lang, 10 years ago, 55K, nung 2014, that's a lot of money. Hindi kagaya ngayon. Pero, kung ngayon you think 55K is a big amount of money, mas malaki siya way back then. Mas marami kang mabibili. So siguro ngayon it will be like 6 figures in your basic salary na wala kang ginawa kundi training lang. So that's the first. And given sa lahat naman ng trabaho sa Pilipinas, whether you're a nurse, a cabin crew, or office girl, working corporate girly, meron pa rin talagang toxic work environment. So, nandyan yung seniority, ang daming nagpa-power tripping, ang daming culture na you have to deal with when you are just working. So, yun yung isa sa mga mas matindi siya sa Pinas, which is weird kasi mas konti yung sweldo. Mas less siya sa abroad and mas malaki ang sweldo mo sa abroad. So, yun, I just had a feeling na ganun kasi based sa mga vlogs na papanood ko at napatunayan ko in my personal experience na sobrang kebs lang talaga yung mga tao doon. As long as you're respectful, you do your job, masipag ka, people respect you and people don't power trip you. Or may isang boss ka na power trip talaga yung trip niya. So, hindi niya gusto yung itsura ng mukha mo. Kamukha ka ng agaw ng boyfriend niya. Kaya pagtitripan ka. Pero hindi siya everyday na ganun. Sa Pilipinas talaga, everyday na pagtitripan ka. Kaya, yun lang. I want to stay positive on this platform. Pero guys, you also have to have nuance and open your eyes to the reality. If you are an aspiring flight attendant, yan ang mai-expect mo. Yung crazy schedules, meron din sa Pilipinas, pero not as much as abroad or as an international flight attendant. Doon talaga marami kang red-eye flight or overnight flight or gabi magi-start. Sa Pilipinas, most ng flights pinaka-late na yung matatapos na 2 a.m. So, yun yung maganda doon. Pero sa totoo lang, in the end, the only reason talaga nagstay ako sa Pinas, love life. Kaya kung ikaw aspiring international flight attendant ka, dapat ako naging international flight attendant lang ako nung ready na talaga ako. Nung I had the right relationships, I was in the correct relationship, hindi yung toxic boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. Yun yung reason na hindi talaga ako nag-go through sa international. Kasi parang hating-hati yung isip mo. But if you have a boyfriend na supportive, na alam mo magiging loyal sa'yo, if umalis ka yung wala kang doubts, yung buong-buo yung tiwala nyo sa isa't isa, one of the reasons I was able to get my job that time. Parang peace yung heart mo, at peace yung mind mo, and okay ka if ever na matanggap ka. So, for me, na high anxiety girly, dapat everything has to be perfect before I do anything. So, yun yung naging number one stopping ground ko talaga nung hindi ako natatanggap. Yung parang gulong-gulo ang isip sa mga bagay-bagay sa puso, kaya hindi nasisettle yung career. So, in the end, if you are watching this and you are an aspiring flight attendant, if you can go, walang perfect timing. Sabi nila, siguro pag mas bata ka pang nakapag-abroad, nakapag-travel the world, mas okay. Pero, you would think logically ganon. Pero sa totoo lang, I was hired when I was 27 years old, and 3 years was enough to travel the world for me. And, na-fulfill ko naman yung dream na yon. It was worth it. It will come at the right timing. So, don't worry if you haven't been a flight attendant yet. And if you're in the domestic airline right now, I don't mean to talk trash about the industry. I'm just sharing yung naging experience ko. And I know iba-iba naman tayo ng experience. So I hope you had a better experience than me. Better pay. And I hope you are happy. Yun lang naman ang importante doon. Thank you for watching my rant, and see you on the next one.